Yeah, I heard word around town is a poppin' out.
Hey yo, what is up everybody? And I am very late and I am very sorry. I figured these would be posted by like Global or they'd be on the wiki or anything like that, and I was like, okay, just wait for translations from like Goresh or something. And listen, I didn't think it would take this long, and so then I was like, well, let me see who came through in the clutch, and Minato held it down. Thank you so much to Minato, 1,000 thank yous. So let's just get into it. Like I said, I'm very late. After like a couple minutes, I said, you know what? Don't even worry about it. You'll see it when you see it, and you'll be notified of it on your phone and whatever. We have the Dragon Ball Heroes EZAs. Oh, it's it's like 3 handfuls, bro. We're gonna be here for a while, so let's get into it. The reason I'm showing these 4 units is make sure you farm them up, right? If they're good and you feel like they're good by the time you see them on this video, make sure you farm them up and take advantage of them. Farm them up early, that way you don't have to take the time later. Now, starting off with Zeno Goku, he has to be amazing because he was so good. He had guard. There's no way they fold him, right? Let's see. EZA, and I don't know what any of these units do. I'm going in blind like I always do. Leader skill, irrelevant. Super attack effect greatly raises attack for 1 turn. Immense damage and a great chance to stun is amazing for SBR. His passive skill, damage reduction of 15% for the first 3 turns from his appearance is fine. Attack and defense 150%. He guards. He gets an additional 50% attack and defense when supering. He gets an additional 20% defense up to 100% and damage reduction up to plus by 7% up to 35%. Per heroes category ally on the team. They kind of didn't give him listen, he'll be great defensively. Like, all this defense is very nice. The damage reduction, he's a super battle road like monster, right? He owns SBRs and he's a Goku, so he's applicable to so many. He didn't get that much at all. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, I guess. I didn't think he'd be like a support or something, but he doesn't look like he's going to be that amazing offensively. I thought they'd up the damage reduction for sure to 50%. They are scared of it, and I understand why. So it is what it is. Now, on to Vegeta here. I got to go kind of fast. I can't spend too much time on these units, but let's get into it. Vegeta. Physical Vegeta Zeno, his EZA is one I don't expect to be great because he was just always behind Goku because Goku had the superior defense. Super attack greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Okay. And greatly lowers defense, immense damage. He performs an additional that has a high chance to become a super for 3 turns. Wow. From his first appearance. Alright, we might be working with something. Attack and defense 150. He disables enemy's guard. He gets an additional attack and defense 50 when super attacking, an additional 20% attack to a cap of 100% and crit chance plus 7 up to 35% per heroes category ally on the team. Alright, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not really anything that... He's just an option, right? Like, I feel like if you're running a Vegeta family team or you're running one of those teams... Well, I guess I can't say Vegeta. Well... There are a lot of Dragon Ball Heroes Vegeta family units, right? Like, if you look through this section, there's the Trunkses, the Zeno Super Saiyan Vegeta, who's actually still really good. He can stack his defense fairly fast in long events, and in SBR, he lowers attack. So I use him constantly still. Like, I use him whenever I run Vegeta family. He's my favorite Vegeta family support. There's a couple of Vegeta family options. The Max, King, and Saiyan. Yeah, I mean... Alright, let's not overreact, but those first 3 aren't like groundbreaking, right? Goku is a good, well-rounded unit. Vegeta is a good offensive unit. Let's see what Supreme Kai of Time does. Supreme Kai of Time massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, seals super attack, immense damage, attack and defense 120. She gets an additional... Well, she gives all allies 3 key, attack and defense 40%, crit chance plus 12%. A great chance to give an additional 12% attack and great chance to do 12% defense. She gets 12% HP after she has been hit. She's gonna be able to defend herself. What are her stats? Oh, they're not shown here. Damn it. I don't know her EZA stats off the top of my head. I don't know the formula either, so I couldn't tell you right now. She's She's good. Remember, they didn't want to make her too powerful just because her status as a support unit when she initially came out. People were abusing her. Super Fu, I'm hoping, is very good because I just like Fu's drip. Fu, his swag is kind of drippy. I rock with Fu, so I'm hoping he's all right. Let's see what we got for it. Super Fu. Leader skill. Remember, he's a Dragon Ball Heroes leader, even though now it's outdated. 4 key, stats 150. Maybe you use that in, like, you know, Battlefield. You could definitely use that in Battlefield. Very, very very usable. Greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn. Seal super attack, immense damage. Attack and defense 150 when super attacking. Fu gets 1 key and attack and defense 10% to 5 key 50%. And chance of dodging plus 10% up to 50% per time traveler on the team. I like this. I like that a lot. Because when you swap out crossover for time traveler, it makes life so much easier because they're almost all on there if they're not literally all on there. So yes, that's very nice. Attack 50% when HP is 50% or less. He gets an additional 50% attack and defense after he dodges. Okay, so he's gonna be great versus Cell Max because he's gonna be dodging. He's gonna have, after he dodges, he's gonna be pushing like 600-700k defense. He's greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn upon all else. Very good unit. I like Fu. Fu he's setting a mark now. I hope the rest of them are this good. What am I looking at? Okay, cool. Golden Cooler. His leader skills also, Battlefield. Just Dragon Ball Heroes. Raises attack permanently, raises defense for 1 turn, immense damage to the enemy. Cooler gets attack and defense 130. He gets an additional 30% defense when super attacking. He gets damage reduction by 10% up to 30% with each super performed within the same turn. Oh man, you are banking on that, huh? Okay. With each super performed in the same turn, he launches 2 additional attacks that have a 50% chance of becoming a super when there are 3 or more heroes allies on the team. He gives everybody 20% attack and defense along with 2 key, and he gives heroes the additional 20% attack and defense. Cooler is very, very, very good though. I must say, if he gets those 4 supers off, 4 30% defensive stacks. He gets 30% when super attacking in his passive. He's going to have, I would like to think you're going to get at least 2 supers off per turn. So he's going to have 20%, damage reduction while giving support. Cooler is very good. I like Cooler. Now we're seeing, the the units they're scared of versus the units they wanted to make a little better than they were previously, right? Even though Cooler, like I said, he was solid. Cooler and Fu were solid when they came out, but they were definitely scared of the Goku and Supreme Kai. Seal is here. Sealess is a unit I completely forgot that Sealess was going to awaken. I just kept forgetting. Sealess raises defense for 1 turn, immense, greatly lowers defense. 1 key. Attack defense 100, attack defense 100 when supering. Artificial life forms 1 key 20%. Support. Time travelers gets the same support. High chance to dodge. That's nice. That's how I wouldn't even say that's a touch. Like, you added a lot to the pot by just giving him the innate high chance to dodge. And he fuses starting from the 5th turn of battle with aims. Cool. All right. His transform state, let's see what by the way, this is like a Dragon Ball villain if there ever was one. It just looks like, you can look at him and only guess like 4 or 5 anime that he'd be from, and Dragon Ball just makes so much sense. You're not shocked when you find out that part. Fused Sealess raises defense for 1 turn, immense damage, massively lowers defense. He gives himself 3 key, attack and defense 120. He gets attack and defense 120 when super attacking. That's notable. He gets an additional 10% attack and defense with each each attack he performs. He gets a crit when enemy. Oh wow! He gets a critical hit when enemy is attack down or defensive down, and he performs an additional that has a 50% chance to be a super. Cool. I like Sealess. He's solid. Now the thing about him is it's not an active skill transformation. So if you wanted him to be your support unit, it's you don't really have options later in the event. He's going to turn into Fused Steelers, but Fused Steelers is very solid. Cumber here, Cumber he's just a dope character. Also, the idea of just another evil Saiyan, right? And he's a great ape and all those things, and he has a long flowing hair and his aura, the black and red aura. I like Cumber's concept. Listen, bro, I don't take a lot to be pleased, bro. A Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball for me, as long as it's not purposely bad writing, which I mean, I've heard people say Heroes is. Who cares? Let's just have fun with it. It's not inherently messing up the narrative. I think it's not that deep. Cumber greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. This immense damage greatly lowers attack and defense. That's amazing for SBR. Oh my gosh. 2 key attack and defense, 200%. He gets 50% defense after he has been hit. Within that same turn, he has a high chance of stunning superclass enemies after he has been hit, which is, people used to abuse this when he first came out. When he could take the damage, people used to abuse that to get through SBR, and it was very, very like high value. I never pulled Cumber. I still don't have Cumber, so I'm waiting to see if I get him on the next banner, well, this banner, to see if I can, you know, take advantage of that myself. Time will tell. When the target enemy is stunned, he gets an additional 50% attack, and he guarantees a crit, and he turns into a Great Ape. He has a high chance to turn into a Great Ape when HP is 50% or less. His Great Ape temporarily raises attack, destructive, medium chance to stun. He gives himself 3 key. Whatever, I guess. I mean, greatly raises attack. Does that mean it... Wait. Does that mean it'll go back, like, into Super Saiyan Cumber's passive, like his statistics? Because it doesn't seem to be like it's just for that 1 turn or anything. I forget. I want to know that now. That's interesting. This is the guy I've been hearing about. This Great Saiyaman 3. I've been hearing he's very powerful, so the bar is set pretty high right now. Let's see what he does. Tech Great Saiyaman. If you don't know, this is just Trunks, by the way. Like, Trunks is in the fit. He looks good in it, don't get me wrong, but it's just Trunks. Raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Superclass allies get 30% attack for that turn. Immense damage. Now, he's a counter unit, so let's see. You know, they're horrified of counter units unless their name is Vegito. So, come on. 3 key attack and defense, 130. He gets 30% attack and defense, and crit chance plus 3% per time traveler on the team. He gets 30% damage. He debuffs himself by 30% defense within that same turn after he has been hit, which always was annoying because it's calculated more powerfully than, you know, normal mitigation. Oh, man. I really don't feel like you had to do that to units, but let's see what the rest. Attack and defense 10% with each attack received. That seems to last the length of the battle. That's very nice. Reduces damage received from normals by 30%. And then he counters. Okay, so Great Saiyaman he's going to be one of the hardest hitting unit. He's probably the hardest hitting unit out this entire batch. I wonder how he compares with those EZA stats in SA15. I wonder how he compares to with the crit chances. Oh my gosh. To like some of the harder hitting TURs. Like, yeah, he's not going to hit as hard as Gamma 2, I would like to think, right? But he's going to hit very hard. His normal super attack is just powerful, right? With the full, oh man. Very powerful EZA. He is the scariest looking on paper offensively. And now we have Great Saiyaman 4 who's beat. He looks drippy in the fit too. Can't even front to you. He always did. Leader skills are relevant. Raises attack and defense permanently. So yes, you get to use them in long events. My free-to-play kings. I'm happy for y'all. Passive skill, attack and defense. And he lowers defense. Who cares? Attack and defense 120. He gives superclass allies 2 key 30% defense. He gives youth 30% attack. He gets 30% defense when he attacks. He gets 10% crit chance up to 50% with each attack he performs, and he has a high chance to double super. He is gonna be great for long events. Him being a support, you can just float him. I mean, ideally, right? You can float him. He keeps getting those double or maybe even triple supers off. He's building up crit chance, so his offense is better than most free-to-play stacking units. He is raising his attack also permanently, which I always say, like, of course defensive raising is better, but, you know, when you're double and triple supering as a unit with decent stats, that raising attack in long events is something to behold when you add crit into it. So that's very nice. All right, I respect it. I like Great Saiyaman 4. That's a unit I gotta make sure I farm up. Yeah, I got to. Ames, I don't even know anymore. AGL Ames. Raises defense for 1 turn, lowers attack and defense of the enemy. Attack and defense 120. He is the inverse. Oh, no, he's not. My fault. Okay, let's read through his passes. Attack and defense 120. He gives extreme class allies 2 key, 30% defense. Artificial life forms gets attack 30%. He gets an additional 30% attack when attacking. He gets defense 30%, up to 150 each time he's hit, with a high chance to stun the enemy. Ames is Ames better than, I mean, what's Ames's link set? Ames. Let's see. Big Bad Bosses, Kamehameha. Oh man, I mean, listen, Kamehameha, you're only gonna get like Goku Blacks and like units like that. But Big Bad Bosses, Tough as Nails, Metamorphosis. Oh man, Ames might be even better than B. He might just be. No, I think. Nah, the defensive stacking that Great Saiyaman brings is probably superior. Now, Cumber was a great free-to-play unit. I used to use him myself. I really hope he's going to be solid. Let's see what he does. And he's just a dope, like I said, a dope concept at the time. Just an evil Saiyan. Raises attack and defense permanently, lowers enemy defense. 3 key attack and defense 150. All extreme class allies get 20% attack and defense when he is attacking. So if you... okay, I guess. If you don't know, that's multiplicative, of course. Veterans, of course y'all know that. But like for newer players, maybe that didn't have an idea. That's going to be multiplicative for sure. He gets 50% defense, and superclass allies get debuffed by 20% attack and defense. After Cumber gets hit, he gets an additional... He launches an additional super after he gets hit within that same turn, if he is the first attacker in the turn. I think that's a stupid... I was praying that they took that first attacker scenario off, or like, I guess, condition off, because the way... So let's say you're fighting AoE Cell, right? Cell Max, and Cumber's in slot 3, which you're not going to keep him on rotation for that fight, right? But let's just say in theory you have him there, or like versus another enemy who does an AoE. Damn, man, they sold. I am not happy about this. If it was taken off, he could have gotten that in any slot, and that would have greatly helped his ability to stack his... I slipped and hit the record button. Oh my gosh, I'm the worst. Alright, Demon God Salsa. Let's see what Salsa does. Crossover, leader skills, whatever. Greatly raise attack and defense sealed for 1 turn, and seals enemy super attack, supreme damage. Salsa gets 3 key stats, 100%, 20% attack and defense up to 80, and chance of dodging plus 15% up to 45. With each crossover category ally on that team, he gets an additional chance to dodge, plus 5% up to 25% per enemy on the field. Wow. So he gets a 70% chance to dodge. If, oh my gosh, he's gonna be pretty valid in SBR. Per existing enemy, he gets an additional attack up to 60% and defense plus 10% up to 30% each time he dodges. I like Salsa. Which is crazy because I thought he was terrible when he first came out. He's pretty... What's his link set? Brainiacs, Thirst for Conquest is solid. Prodigies, meh. Master of Magic, you can get with some of those Dragon Ball Heroes units, and Shocking Speed just for the extra 5% defense is a nice little thing right there. Now, oh man, I can't believe this is why I love this batch of units so much, bro. I just get to keep talking and reacting to these cards, bro. They're amazing. Poutine here. Poutine came out last year. I mean, if you ask me, I wouldn't have thought she was easying right now, but she is. These free-to-play units will have an Extreme Z area. The summonable units will have a 30-stage EZA. Hype for that. Raising attack and defense for 1 turn. High chance of stunning. Poutine 150% to stats. She gets an additional 15% to stats per crossover on the ally on the team. She gets an additional 70% attack and medium chance to crit when the enemy is stunned or sealed. She gives crossover category allies 2 key 30% attack and defense. The attacked enemies gets debuffed by 20% for 2 turns and she seals them. Holy crap, she's really amazing. Oh man. Oh wow, she's very, very good. I would suggest giving her full dodge, because you're bringing her into SBR and she can flip a battle on its head with all these different abilities she has. Very, very good. These free-to-play units were designed exceptionally well. I don't see anything wrong with them so far. They're outdoing themselves tonight. I must say, Akatsuki did well for these hero units. Into lags. Okay, lags. This is the brand new free-to-play TUR, so we have no idea what her groundwork for a unit is. Let's see. Super attack effect raises attack and defense for 1 turn. High chance of sealing and high chance to lower attack and defense. That is one of the more distinct super attack effects. That's nice. I don't hate the high chance to seal because it came with a high chance to lower attack and defense, so that's fine. Attack and defense 100, she gets stats 50% when super attacking, a medium chance to dodge. She gets 50% attack when the HP of the enemy is 75% or less. She performs an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super when the HPs of the enemy is 50% or less. If the target enemy is in attack down or defensive down, or this super attack is sealed, she gets a 6% chance to crit, up to 30% with each attack performed. That last part, thank goodness, that's so irrelevant. So at least it doesn't really matter. But the first sections of her passive, medium chance to dodge is a nice little touch that can drastically change a unit's ability, right? She's doing a hell of a lot. Lags is fine. I don't dislike her. Links: the innocent, solid support, cold judgment, battlefield diva, loyalty, and shattering the limit. Alright, I guess. Am I tripping? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why 6, bro? Like, why do you do that? You could have slapped on. I don't know anything about lags, so I can't tell you what she should have gotten. Categories: Peppy Gals, Resurrected Warriors, Time Travelers, Dragon Ball Heroes, Crossover, and Space Traveling Warriors. Nice addition to some of these more niche teams. Like I said, doing a lot. Now, oh man, I'm hoping this guy has a good groundwork because he's just in SSR, so we're just waiting for him to awaken next year. It's a nice villain buff for now, but let's just be a buck. Like, he's not really going to be that crazy. He's just not. That's not his job yet. Super attack: AGL Golden Metal Cooler raises attack and defense for 1 turn, supreme damage, attack and defense 150, and he gets an additional attack that has a 50% chance to become a super attack innately. He reduces damage received by 20%. Alright, I might have been wrong. Attack 30% up to 150 and reduces damage received by 6% with each crossover category ally on the team. Holy crap. Seals this character's super attack when HP is 30% or below from the start of the turn. That is one of the more stupid conditions they've ever come up with. What do you gain from... Listen, I don't know what his gimmick is in the show. Maybe it's like they beat him hard enough and then he just lost all his ki or something. I don't know. Maybe he... I mean, it is Metal Cooler. Maybe he had to like reboot when he got beat up too much. I have no idea. But that is a dumb gimmick to give to somebody. However, when he's filled out, 50% attack, or excuse me, 50% mitigation, he can double super. He's raising attack and defense for 1 turn on each super. I like Metal Cooler. That gimmick is going to be the reason you lose certain fights. Well, yeah, it will be. Cause like, let's say you you see Cooler do 3 normals on those turns where he was sealed, you're gonna be pissed because you know those could have been super attacks to raise his defense, and then he's gonna take like 140k from the enemy. Time will tell though. He seems fine. Let's see his link set. Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, Strongest Clan in Space, Auto Regeneration, Fusion, and Deficit Boost. They didn't give him big bad bosses. Oh man, you had to give him Cold Judgment though? I mean, you don't know why? I feel like they did that so he could link well with just Golden Cooler. Let me see this. Yeah, Cold Judgment. He doesn't even have... He has Strongest Clan in Space, but not Most Malevolent. So they share 1, 2... in the future, it'll be 3. They don't share links anyway. Cooler's partners are going to be just the Metal Cooler units. And for that matter, the free-to-play ones. Because, I mean, LR Metal Cooler is not going to link that well with him. Categories: Resurrected Warriors, Full Power. That's nice for them. Transformation Boost, Wicked Bloodline, Artificial Life Forms, Heroes, Crossover, Corroded Body and Mind. Corroded Body and Mind is one of those teams I forget exists. So thank you for helping them out. Lord knows they need it. And finally, oh my gosh, we are at the end of the video. We have been recording for a while. And I like I said, man, it's dope for me. Oh, by the way, Minato said he left out the part when Cooler, yeah, oh my gosh, that is crippling. Cooler gets attack and defense 150, but it's when he super attacks. Oh man, when you're below that 30% HP, he's terrible. Like, the only thing that can save him at this point would be Physical Cooler's revive ability. LR Metal Cooler's revive would be the only benefit from turns where this guy is disabled like this. I mean, damn, bro. That is crippling. Jeez, dog. Janemba super enhanced, reconstructed Nigga Nemba. Tech Janemba. Okay, cool. So he's tech and Cooler is AGL. I didn't even point that out for you guys. And Lags is int. And Tech Janemba reconstructed. Crossover gets 2 key, 120. Supreme damage raises attack and defense by 30% for 3 turns. For 5 turns from his first appearance, high chance to guard all enemies' attacks. And he guarantees a guard when there are 2 or more enemies. Okay, SBR unit, it looks like. I mean, I wouldn't say SBR unit, but the high chance to guard each and every turn is a bit weird. Attack and defense 30% up to 150 for each crossover ally on the team. Attack 50% up to 150 with each super he performs. He gets 30% defense up to 90 with each attack received. After he has been hit 5 or more times in battle, or if he has done 5 attacks, he has a high chance to crit starting from the following turn. Or is it just, please don't tell me he gets a high chance to crit for 1 turn. Janemba is okay, so I'm trying not to over criticize him, because here's the thing, he's an SSR and he's gonna be an SSR for another 360 something days. I think Janemba has a groundwork for an amazing defensive unit and a pretty good offensive unit. He links said Brutal Beatdown, Metamorphosis. He does have big bad bosses. He does have Shocking Speed, Nightmare, and Fear and Faith. Oh man, he has a good groundwork for when he's a TUR. I don't dislike Janemba. There's a lot of gimmicks you gotta cater to though. You gotta be careful with him. It seems like, okay, that's not the worst. He's just, like, I'm looking forward with him. He raises attack and defense by 30 for 3 turns. That's nice for a super attack effect. Janemba's alright. I mean, for 5 turns, though? So, this is what's weird. Is after 5 turns have passed, he's just gonna lose his guard. So, Janemba is a very... I almost want to say a poorly designed unit, but I don't know that I feel that way yet. I want to see him in action. I'm gonna keep my eye on Janemba here. So many units we're supposed to showcase. There's so much on the way. Global has not gotten like the data download yet, I don't think. Have they? I actually don't know. Let me not say that. Let me be careful. But yeah, they're coming out soon. I hope you guys are excited. Oh no, Global did get the data download. I'm tripping because I remember while I was doing the last run of the World Tournament, I'm gonna be a buck with y'all. I only did 1 run of the World Tournament. I hate that mode. It's the worst mode in Dokkan. It is terribly designed. It is poorly constructed. It needs to be taken apart and built back up from the ground up. But yeah, I only did 1 run, and on my final stage attempt, that's when I got the data download to hit me. So I hope you guys enjoyed. It is the young Hitman. Hitman is off this.